give you all time to get in the room impromptu on my live from my recommendation from my brother Go Black to Africa. He suggested that I do more lives, and I said to myself that I will take his suggestion to heart and give the people more of myself, more good information, and give us a space that we could be in to talk freely and converse. Basically, it's like a black think tank. So we are creating a online black think tank. And that's the way you all should be looking at it. I know some guys, some of you all want to be, you want to be right. You want to dot the I's and cross the T's as individuals. And that's not what we're talking about. Us doing this individual thing is how we've raced to the bottom. Okay? While everybody else is practicing group and village thinking, we have taken this, can't nobody tell me what to do, to heart. And we have literally raced to the bottom. And we don't know how to get out of the bottom. And you got people like me, people like Go Black, you got Tariq Rashid, you got Jason Black, you got Sister Mayat over there in B More, you got the Sinata channel, you got Brother Polite, you got some of everybody, even
continue on
Umar
I-24.
Johnson, you got pretty much everybody. And then you have the greats as well. All been basically preaching the same thing, whether you agree with it in totality or not. I don't agree with nobody 100%, but a lot of stuff people say I can't take to heart because I know it to be true, because I've been on the planet long enough to see certain things come to pass. So I titled this one Best of the Best. And before I tell y'all what it is, you know me, I gotta do my education, so it ain't all for naught. I left college in my third year. So, best of the best. Anybody want to take a guess of what I'm talking about? How y'all doing? Y'all checking in from? I like what Go Black was doing. Where y'all checking in? There we go. Now I can see you. Hello, Natasha. Hello, sweet baby. Who else is that? Can't see the other name. Salam. What's happening? Trucks on on the mountain grade, y'all. 5% next 3 miles. Okay, no wonder I'm saying slow down. But I'm empty now, so I could drive pretty well. Can y'all hear me fine? I got my I'm well checking in from Atlanta. ATL in the house. You dig? Yeah, I like Atlanta, y'all. I like Atlanta. I like Houston. I like Atlanta. What else I like? Of course, I gotta like Chicago. I kind of like Cincinnati. What else I really like? That's about it, I think. Other than that, it's just small rural areas. Mississippi, MISS. Cricket letter. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Mississippi in the house. What's going on, Mississippi? That's what's up. I thought we had family in Mississippi, but I was wrong. And I'll show you how much we know. We so anti-family now, which is crazy. We used to be the ones that was all about it takes a village. Okay? It takes a village to raise a child. That was our motto coming from Africa. Even now in Africa, that's our motto. But now, we the most anti-family people probably on the planet. We so anti-family now that we don't even introduce our kids to our extended family. So your kids can be walking around and not even know their cousins, not know their aunts, not know their uncles, none of that. Now say I'm lying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. We the most anti-family people there is now. When we used to be all about family. We gotta bring that back. Hell yeah, we gotta bring that back. Because that's what I'm on the cuss. Y'all feeling, hey, I'm about to cuss. That's what effed us up. We let these caucasoid devils convince us that family is not that important. And they needed to do that in order to break us up and dissipate our power because we were too strong together. What'd you say that? Dysfunctional families. She was more than dysfunctional. I'm getting over. Get your butt back over. I'm going person back here in a hurry. Idiot. I know you done seen trucks out here before. He ain't gonna even look over here. You better not look over here. Got Georgia plates. Goofball. Let's see. I agree. Black families are just what? Not close. They are exactly. Not close. We don't even know each other. What you talking about? Not close. I don't even know my family. What are you talking about? I know some of them. Don't get me wrong. I know some of them, but majority of my people, I don't know. I ain't gonna even lie. If you line up my whole family, I could tell they look like me. But if you ask me what their names are, and you associate that with a cash prize, I probably walk away with zero. Womp, womp, womp. Damn. I'm almost certain that I could really pick up who all my people are, because when I see them now, I'll be like, what up, cuz? What up, cuz? I don't know their name, and I feel almost ashamed to have to ask. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they know my name. Shoot. They might be thinking the same thing when they say, what up, cuz, back. Like, yeah, I don't know this nigga name. What up, cuz? You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to the question. So why y'all think I titled my little talk today, The Best of the Best? Well, we clearly at the bottom. On every demographic that you can think of, we're definitely at the bottom. Only my dad's side. We have family reunions every year. My grandmother has 12 kids. Man, shout out to your grandmother, Natasha. That's a strong, now that's a woman. That's a woman. 12 kids? Lord, or was that grandkid? Which one did you say? Yeah, you said 12 kids. Oh yeah, now that's a woman. And I realize now, you know, I was talking maybe a week ago. All still living. All praise due to God. I had a conversation with a couple of my guys last week. It was the week before. I think it was last week. And I told them it's a reason why we're at the bottom. Okay? Our albinoid devil's counterparts have studied us like you would study lab rats. Okay? And what they were studying, what they have been studying, is what was the source of our power outside of being divine, outside of being the children of God, outside of being children of the sun, outside of us being melanated beings. Outside of that, what's the source of our power here on the planet? Yep, like people are lazy. We at the bottom. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with lazy. I disagree. I disagree with that wholeheartedly, because we're not lazy. If we were lazy, we wouldn't even still be living. Okay? We'd have died out. Lazy people die out. We're actually thriving when you look at our birth rates. So I disagree with that. I disagree with lazy, period. We're probably the hardest working people on planet Earth. Just the opposite. I know people want to believe that old propagandized notion that we're lazy, but I disagree. I'm out here and I'm in all these states. I'm all over the world. I don't see lazy nowhere dealing with people that's melanated. So I disagree. But the reason why we're at the bottom is because these people studied us, and then they put forth money to study. Basically, white think tanks, but they don't call them white think tanks. They call them institutes. Okay, such and such and such an institute. What they do with these institutes, they study, right? And then based off of their findings, right, they'll come out with recommendations, and those recommendations can be adopted by certain parties or certain governments or certain agencies in the government. Okay, that's what this is about. We don't like to take chances. I disagree with that too, but we do take chances. Okay, all you gotta do is look at all the penitentiaries across America and ask any of them brothers in there what they did. You're gonna see we take a lot of chances. We rob armored cars, banks. We robbed drug dealers. We just shot the police trying to get away from some stuff. We'll take some chances, right? We'll finesse the system. PPP anybody? Okay, so we'll take a lot of chances. We will. That's one thing we do. We'll pimp walk across the street, seeing their cars coming 50 miles an hour and expect them to stop. We take a lot of chances. He's like, we have to take it on white society ideologies and instead of African ideology. Yes, that's what I'm kind of getting to. But we was incentivized. It was incentivized for us to come up out of our natural origin, our natural state of being. When they looked at our power, they realized from history that the reason why, and this might be a little bit controversial for y'all, just listen up, see where I'm going with it. That what we did was, when you look at the great dynasties and great kingdoms that we had, it was because of, I forgot who said the grandmother had 12 kids. I forgot right already. Because back then, if you remember, we used to have 10, 12, 15, 18 kids. And especially in Mother Africa, back in the olden time, in ancient times, a man will be known to have 30 kids. Okay? Now, it may be by multiple women, multiple wives, but they will be wives, not just concubines. They would actually be wives, and he would have maybe 30 kids. Right? Then the next guy in the village would have about 30 or 20. Let's not chance, Robbie. Yeah, but it's still taking chances, though. I know it's thinking of it in a negative, but that is still taking chances. We take chances all the way around. Selling dope, then we get rich, but when you comfortable, don't rock. Oh, yeah. Yes, sister, European ideas can solve African problems. Yeah, so what they realized was that's how we had created such vast kingdoms and such wealthy dynasties. So when they came in and they saw that, they said, we have to stop that. We have to make it to a point where they are so impoverished that it's not going to be smart to have 30 kids because you're not going to be able to feed them. And And so this is a way for us to not only control their populations, right, but ultimately catch up to them in population and ultimately surpass us in world population, right? And ultimately for this to be a white planet. Now that's the agenda that they're trying to push forward. And they hit us from various different fronts to make this be a reality. The only problem is the universe is not cooperating with them because they can't get their birth rates up because they are a people with weak genetic genes who's pretty much affected by every disease known to man. See, they keep their numbers when it comes to these things, they keep it quiet. They don't advertise this on the news, right? When you go to the hospitals, I'm sure nurses and all that can attest, right? They in there sick as a dog. All kind of stuff that we ain't never heard about. They in there dying from stuff that we ain't never heard about. It got some sophisticated names, but what it really is, white, genetic, recessive, weak genes is the disease that they're dying from. So they give it all these big fancy names to disguise what's really happening. See, the universe is not cooperating with them, so they can't get the birth rate up. So they realize that now, so they said, okay, cool. Since we can't get the birth rate where we needed to, we're gonna need to bring down these melanated folks' populations down. We got to bring them down, okay? Until we can figure out a way to merge with machines or to merge with AI, right? Or clone ourselves, or what's the other one? Skin cells, right? Or stem cells. Looking over here, y'all. That's why they putting forth that type of money, right? Because they got to figure out a way to fix this problem. Because at the rate they going, if they don't do something, they could see a world with them not being here. Come on, man. It's taking too long. Hold on, what was that? Yeah, they do. They do have weak genes. Exactly. Okay. So that's why I say we are the best of the best, because they've hit us with everything they could think of, and our populations are still rising. Our birth rates are still rising, contrary to what they say. They're not gonna tell you the truth. These are known liars. So when they tell you the birth rate is declining, not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. And matter of fact, not only is it not true, a lot of us are starting to wake up and say, you know what? We need to return to the policies that we had in ancient Africa, where one man can have 30 kids. I know this is going to be controversial, but y'all got to just hear me out, because I guarantee you, you're gonna respond with your European brain. I need you to put on your African thinking cap, okay? I need you to put on your African thinking cap, okay? But I know you're gonna want to respond with your European brain, your European mind, right? So, because when did we have control of the planet? We had it then. We was able to send people out all over the freaking, and basically populate the planet. And what did we do when we got to these new lands or new territories? We established what? Kingdoms. Yep. What else did we do? We discovered the riches, the natural resources of that new land that we found. Why you think when Mansa Musa, go back to Sweet Mary yesterday, mentioning Mansa Musa, when he went on his pilgrimage to Hajj, he gave out so much gold, he threw off the whole freaking economy. Let me see, hold on, I got the weigh station coming. It's giving me the pass. ain't got to go in there because I'm empty. Yeah, he gave away so much gold, which was the equivalent of like $300 million worth of gold. $300 million worth of gold he gave out. And we're talking about in ancient times, which right now, that same gold right now probably be worth, I don't know, 100 trillion. Maybe more than that. $500 trillion right now. That same amount of gold. And they still talking about the gold, this, that, and the other. No, they still finding gold on this planet. Yes, everywhere. It just, matter of fact, they just finding a lot of stuff. People be trying to make it seem like they found everything. If you believe these people, y'all crazy. They're professional liars. Just in Senegal, about a year or so, I think ago, they just found the mother lode of oil right off the coast of Senegal. It's enough oil there for probably 1,000 years. Okay? And another thing that they try to tell us that we believe, right? Oh, there's no more oil. There's no more. We're going to run out one day. That's a lie. The earth produces oil. That's another lie we believe. The earth actually produces oil. It regenerates oil. It takes time to do it, but it does. So, you know, I know we fall for all kind of shit. What did you say? There's no vaccine. Hey, well, you know me. I'm an anti-vaxxer. I'm not definitely. You can hold me down with a gun to my head, maybe. Yeah, African matters. Having lots of children is good if you can take care of them. See that? I knew you were going to respond with the European mind. Let me finish this. Make sure I'm. Children require time, money, and good guidance. Yes. Now, I knew somebody was going to respond that way. Now, what do you need to take care of them? See, back then, if you think about it, we actually had the whole planet. That's why I started off going down that road to try to prevent you. Put on your thinking cap now, people. Why were we so powerful? Why? It wasn't... The man upstairs takes care of everything. What are you talking about? Okay? We got every fruit that we could think of. Did we produce these fruits? Where did this stuff come from? It came from the man upstairs. Why did he give us all this stuff? So we can take care of ourselves. It's people crazy. So our people had so much stuff. Food, diamonds, gold, everything. We was already doing steel products. We had chariots. We had everything. We built cities, right? You know, for math, science, all this stuff. The white man came and seen all this, like, we got to stop this. So you responded with your European side of your mind. Okay? The earth is plentiful. There's no lack on the earth. There's no lack. The only lack, right, is in your mind. They have convinced you, that's why I start off saying, like, they have convinced you there's no more gold on the planet. That's a lie. They have convinced you that oil is going to run out. The earth produces oil. That's a lie. They've also convinced you that you're lazy as a people. That's another lie. God pays your child support. What are you talking about? You did? This earth, y'all, because maybe y'all don't get out to see it enough. If y'all travel this earth, man, you will start to realize that we probably only occupy probably 15% of it. Babylon system is manipulating us all, especially women. Yeah, I agree, and men. Making us more dependent on the government so they can control us. Absolutely, Natasha. Control us, right? Control our population, and then ultimately do a soft genocide to get us off the planet. That's what the New World Order is. The old world order is, this was a black planet. That's the old world order. That's why they keep talking about this New World Order. What it really means is to get us off of it. So it only can be albinoid devils with their recessive genes mixing with AI and cloning themselves to stay alive. That's what the New World Order is. All the other stuff in between is just filler, stuff that they're doing. But that's what it ultimately means, to get us off the planet. Because that's the old world order. This was a black planet. We didn't experience no lack. We had the best of everything, the best of the best. We had the best family structure. We had the most intact villages, even though we might have war and fought with each other. But hey, animals fight each other, don't they? You see two wolves, they fight each other. You see two antelope, they fight each other. You see two buffalo, boom, they fight each other. You see two lions, they fight each other. Okay? So this is something that we do. But what I'm saying is, ultimately, we still did enough so we can populate the whole freaking planet. Because everywhere they go and start digging in the earth, they come up with more bones of black people. Now tell me I'm lying. I don't care where they go on this planet. When they start digging down in the earth, they start finding bones of black people. And they done got to the point now where they don't even tell us when they discover new lands that they thought was somebody else's, and then they realize, oh shit, ain't nothing but more black bones. So they don't even tell us no more. They don't even mention it. It might be a footnote in some little paper somewhere, and y'all know we don't read papers no more. So we don't know. You got to make these sentences shorter, man. I'm driving. I can't see what the heck you're right. There's too many. You got to make it to like one sentence. Okay? That way I can read it as I'm driving. But yes, we were the best of the best when we had a system of, right, family, children, and multiple marriages. We were the richest, the happiest. We had the most food. We had the most land. We didn't want for nothing. There was no such thing as lack. The reason why you see the poverty is engineered. It's socially engineered by those devils. Y'all think that people are actually lazy. This is why how brainwashed people then became. Those people are not lazy. Nobody's lazy. Okay? This system is designed to make you lazy. It's designed to zap your motivation. Because you can't go out and do what you want to do. You gotta go buy the earth. The earth, you want to go and buy a farm, go to nobody and say nothing. You would be the village would give you a plot when you got a marrying age. They would arrange a wife for you to marry. And then the family would still invite them over, break bread. They still would participate in all of the traditional festivals and gathering of the group. We don't do that no more. And now, since we don't do that no more, and they done reduced us down to thinking that family is bad because we can't take care of them, even though God take care of us. We can't even figure out how we got here, let alone how the tomato got here, let alone how the cucumber got here. How did the you know what I'm saying? The watermelon, this, that, the other, all this stuff, the trees, the animals, the water, this, that. Come on, man. We did just fine for millions of years, and now all of a sudden, these people that convinced us having one child is the proper thing to do, and then wonder why we at the bottom. We can easily overtake them if we adopt that ancient system that we had prior to meeting them, prior to them descending down into our kingdoms. If we go back to that, man, you'll see the real them. If we start adopting that on a planetary basis, and we start preaching it in our quote-unquote churches and our community centers, right, and just in our overall families, and then we actually start doing that, you will see the real them. That's when they'll just start, you know what, forget all this covert way of getting rid of these people. They just gonna roll down the street with tanks. They gonna roll down the street with tanks, okay? They're gonna be like, it's just too many of them now. We gotta do something. They'll panic. They will panic. Facts. They will come down the street with tanks and tear gas and nerve gas, and they'll be hitting us with every goddamn thing they can think of. Yeah. So I said to myself, because I was in the mind frame too, man, I ain't having no more kids. But over here, yeah, I can see that me saying that, because the way the system is structured, it's structured over here to punish you, right? The more kids you have, it's structured to punish you. Yeah, it is. But one thing I realized over there in the motherland, you have a lot. What up, T? You have a lot of land. What up? You have a lot of land, people. And I know we go over there and you get a nice amount of land. Everything under the sun grows there. That soil is so fertile in West Africa. You could be eating grapes with the seeds, of course. No seedless, no genetically modified organisms. Grapes with seeds in them, and you spit them seeds out on the ground, and especially if you spit them out during rainy season, when you come back in a few years, you will have an orchard. You're gonna have grapes everywhere. Okay? When I'm over there, I see stuff literally on the ground. The cows is eating them. So what is y'all talking about? I can't take care of the kids. What? You don't know what you're talking about. We didn't let these people convince us that God brought us down to this planet to not give abundance to us. I see cows over there just having a field day in these fields. They over there singing, they happy, they over there living it up, eating fresh off the tree mango. They over there just partying. They all got it up under the trees, shade. They got shade from the African sun. They over there eating mangoes. They over there hitting their hoofs together. Just millions of mangoes on the ground, people. But you tell me I can't take care of my kids. You go to the Gambia, for all you folks who want to go to the Gambia, when you leave outside of the little urban, so-called urban sprawls, and you start going to the countryside, you're gonna see cashew nut trees as far as the eye can see. Cashew apples are on the ground. Okay, the goats is eating them. I see the dogs is laid out on their belly, just getting full. On the ground, people. I'm talking about thousands. You almost can't walk without stepping on food. This shit is crazy. God naturally moving everything toward our benefit and their demise. Absolutely, T. Appreciate that. That's exactly true. So I'm saying to people, if we went over there and got back in line with what we used to do, what our ancestors used to do, you already got stuff that's already growing over there. Then we could bring out, we could go to South America and bring, because you got fruits in South America and things in South America that you might not necessarily see in Africa. So we could get seeds. Literally, this is what I was saying before, like I'm gonna start coming over here telling y'all more about business, because I see when I'm talking to you all, most of you all have somewhat of a lack mentality. And I want to try to help us come up out of that lack mentality and start thinking with an abundance mentality. We all have enough capital in our possession right now to change the outlook on the planet if we so chose to. Right? We got enough money where we can order seeds of every fruit, every vegetable on the whole planet. Take them seeds to Africa and just get you about 5 acres. And if you plant it strategically and organize it, you have enough food on that 5 acres. On that 5 acres, probably to feed 250,000 people. Yeah, because you take some of that stuff, either resell it, collect your seeds, right? Germinate them, right? Sell them to other folks. Yeah, 5 acres should get you about $250,000. I mean, $250,000 that you could feed potentially if you do it right. Let's say you don't do it right, you're definitely gonna be able to get about 150,000, even if you don't do it right, even if you don't structure it right. Okay, and then you could be rotating stuff in and out. Okay, cabbage. When I harvest the cabbage, in its place in the bed where the cabbage is, I could put onions. Okay, I don't know exactly how that process goes. I'm gonna have to learn it, but I know it exists. Okay, so the lack is only in our minds, but the earth tells a whole different reality. The earth is not gonna show you lack. That's how you know we've been brainwashed. There's no lack. And the reason why you can't become the queen or the king that you're supposed to be is because you have a lack mentality. You know? This is what it is. And the reason why how we got that is from these people, because these people don't want us to have an abundance mindset. They want you to think that the earth is overpopulated. I turn on and see them saying the earth is overpopulated. I just start laughing because I know that's a lie. Stay on that, dude. You know. Let me see. Thank you. What are you doing? You about to get over here in my lane. They tell us that the world is overpopulated with human beings. Now, it's 8 of y'all supposedly in here. Do y'all really think that the earth is overpopulated? Let me ask y'all. Honestly, do you think that the world is overpopulated? There's too many humans on the earth. Is that what y'all think?